There you go.
Is that a presentation?
Perfect. We have a bingo.
Oh, fabulous. Well, first and foremost, I apologize for shamelessly squandering 3 minutes of your time. We'll do our very best to catch up on the schedule. We do have an awful lot to go through today. And with that said, Todd has put together a nice little video for us. So let's go ahead and start with that. Tammy, do you hear sound?
Yes, we hear sound.
No, it stopped, Chris.
No? Just too much of a good thing. Well, let me tell you, this is now.
There we go.
There it goes. It goes. You might want to move forward. It's stuck again.
Well, what I say is, I'm glad you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed that video. Quite frankly, I'm just glad it's over at this point. We'll make sure you get it. It really is a great video. It's awesome for social media. So without further ado, over to our Castle Rock studios. Tammy Miller, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's really great to see everyone. I hope that you're all doing well. I have a couple of housekeeping tips before we get started. If you could please click on the right-hand corner of your Zoom meeting, go to presenter view. That will give you the best experience for the rest of the show. Let's see, as always, please feel free to post any questions in the chat box, and we have plenty of time at the end of the meeting to answer your questions. Super excited today is our Colorado kickoff for My Deals. We've received some really great feedback already. Thank you so much, Mark Callahan, and thank you, Katrina DeBacco. This program takes the place of the old SIR. It's our new cover sheet, which automatically populates your information and MLS information, and it's all designed with your ideas in mind. So thank you all so much for helping us create My Deals. Just around the corner, and it will be shortly, February 27th, 2021, mark your calendars for our annual Coldwell Banker Award celebration at the Broadmoor. Congratulations to all of you who have already qualified. So mark your calendar today. Excited to proudly announce we're ranked #1 in residential real estate sales volume for 23 years and counting. We have some really new, exciting social media posts that can be found on MarketQuest version 2. Chris sent out a training information about training in an email yesterday. If you need that information again, please check in with your manager. But this is a great way to showcase our #1 ranking. You can show by zip code, by city, and by county. So let's take a look at a quick front range market update. We'll take a look at Metro Denver. Everyone on the call, I'm sure, is familiar with this report. It is out of MarketQuest, and I know that most of you see this at your sales meetings. Quickly in Denver, a couple of notable things on here. The median list price was up 3% over last month to $560,000 and 13% over June of 2019. So pretty amazing stats. Again, you have these reports available. You can sort this by zip, by county, by city, and by neighborhood. So take advantage of the market action reports. Up next, I would like to introduce the one, the only managing broker of the Denver West office, none other than Andy Summer. Andy is going to talk about and share with us the vision of our company moving forward. Take it away, Andy.
Well, thank you so much, Tammy. Good afternoon, Colorado. On behalf of my fellow PAC members, Sally Skaman, Karen Ritchie, and Chris Lucian, as well as the entire Colorado leadership team, I would like to open this segment with a reminder of our mission. As you all know, over the last 10 years here in Colorado, we have been industry innovators. We have developed programs like Listing Concierge, Clients for Life, the Agent Success Pack, and even our commission plans, the Freedom and the Accelerator. Right now, as a silver lining of the COVID crisis, we have been given an opportunity to explore how we could enhance our position as a company and how we can improve the experience of all of you, our agents. While keeping a very clear focus on our guiding principle, which is helping you, our agents, and our staff live exceptional lives, we're currently exploring ways to redesign our business in 3 primary areas. Number 1 is backroom enhanced efficiency. Those are the things that the OAs and the SSAs have been doing. Number 2 is enhancing the support that each of you, our agents, receive. And finally, number 3, the best way to physically utilize our offices. We are super excited to continue to lead the industry in innovation. And yes, change is not always easy, but it allows for a great opportunity. With that said, we really appreciate your support as we move forward and explore ways to improve our company and your experience. Chris, Tammy, what does all of that look like?
Andy, thank you very, very much. Great job of, I think, really setting a course for us as a company. And I could not be more excited to be with you today talking about the topics we're going to be talking about. This is our opportunity to really revolutionize the way we support our agents in the business. And a lot of work has gone into this. Again, huge thank you to all of our branch leadership team and staff that works with them every single day. It really is a Herculean effort. And you'll learn more about OBA, the name, what that stands for in the days to come. But listen, make no mistake, what all of this work that we've been doing behind the scenes has really been focused and really about a dedicated focus on creating the ultimate agent experience. If you will, like we want to create this unbelievable badass agent experience at Coldwell Banker and all that that means. We're thrilled about it. And it's important you know that we really started the conversation and the whole idea, the whole opportunity out with a clean slate of paper, like this, a clean canvas. We wanted to look and see what could we do, what could be done when we look at the needs of our agents in 2020 and beyond. Not in 2057, not in 1957 or 2003, but like right now moving forward, but also recognizing that we cannot afford to lose and ignore this incredible commitment and what it means and how we go about helping each one of you on this call live a more exceptional life and recognizing that so much of that is anchored in this amazing culture of awesomeness that we've created together here. And we don't want to jeopardize either one of those. So we want to be forward thinking, we want to be innovative, we want to be creative, but we don't want to risk what we think really makes us unique and special here. And we know that time is not on our side. We know, and I say that because we have this window of time that quite frankly, COVID has brought us, allowed us to be able to reinvent, refocus, restructure, reorganize in a time where we're able to do it like never before. We also recognize that right now we've got some real prevailing tailwinds around change because parts of our business, parts of our life are just being done differently right now. We want to make sure that we seize that opportunity. And we also, I want to make sure everybody knows on this call that this was not done in a vacuum. By Tammy and me, we didn't have all these ideas. It wasn't just our PAC, it wasn't just our branch leadership. We dug way down. We took the entire staff, many members in each part of our staff, and really got their ideas and got their thoughts on what we could do and what we should do to create a better outcome, a better environment, a better experience for our agents. Now I'm going to warn you, what we're going to go over is a lot. There's a lot of information, but rest assured, we're going to have time together in the future to be able to dig in a little bit deeper. We just want to give you a nice, like a 15,000 foot view of what we're thinking. And then we want to get your feedback on that as well. And we know we have to act fast, like while this time and while this moment is available to us. So we've looked at all that we think we can do, and we put it into 3 primary challenges that, quite frankly, I think the team we've assembled has the ability of solving. So kicking this off for us today, Tammy, if you would take the screen back again and take us through challenge number 1.
Absolutely, thank you, Chris. So challenge number 1, solving for an antiquated agent support model, something that we have found to be inefficient and less service for our agents. Just a few short 4 months ago, it seems like we were operating much like this. Not really, but we've had the opportunity to look back at what we've been doing and ask ourselves, why have we been doing it like that? So our agent service wheel looked like this pre-COVID. The roles in the office, of course, included a manager, an OA, an SSA. In our DTC office, an assistant manager. We also have a sales specialist in Devonshire, Loveland, and Denver West. And our field support included marketing and education. And if you take a look at the wheel, this is all of the services that were provided by those roles in the office. So today we're going to take a look at the role of the OA and the SSA. So pre-COVID, they took care of the administrative processes, agent support, closing, CDA, corrections, home base, new agent orientation in the office, supporting our platforms and systems, also office operations, our facility needs, ordering of supplies. So moving forward, we had the opportunity to really take a look at how to best support our agents. The challenges with the current model were identified. Each office operated as a silo. We provided different levels of agent support based on the varying skill sets of the individual administrative support staff. It was difficult to provide you, our agents, the best coverage when we had gaps in our staffing. For example, leave of absence or vacation coverage. And our best support staff is often interrupted, thus operating at a less optimal level for our agents. So our solve for this is a better agent administrative support model. So before I get into that, a big, huge thank you to Dave, to Kelsey, and to Allie, who helped us identify our inefficiencies and really create a better remote administrative model. So in this model, we have created 2 positions, an administrative specialist, which we'll look at first, and an affiliation ambassador. Both of these roles are done remotely, maximizing efficiency. So here it is, our remote administrative specialist, or RAS. The remote administrative specialist will use technology in a way we've never used before. And I would just like to take a minute to thank all of the staff on the line. They've really stepped up. We have learned in the last 4 months how to embrace technology we never used before, how to connect even better with you, our agents, in a way that has made us more efficient. So thank you so much to everybody on the call. Our remote administrative specialists will be taking care of 3 primary buckets. Building lasting relationships with our agents, helping them get done the things that need to get done, timely transaction processing, and also agent account management. Developing meaningful and sustainable relationships with our agents has never been more important. Again, the role of the remote administrative specialist is helping you get things done, helping you get your transactions processed in a timely fashion. A remote administrative specialist will take care of transaction processing, checklists, closings, answering all branch phone lines, CDA corrections, red flags, home base, MLS and photo uploads, and also check scanning. They will also take care of account management, so agent AR, ePay, direct deposit, helping you manage your AR balances and charges. So in addition to the remote administrative specialist, we've also created a new role in Colorado called the Affiliation Ambassador. The Affiliation Ambassadors, here they are, ta-da, Alma and Sarah. Thank you so much for helping us design the remote Affiliation Ambassador role. And in fact, over the last month, Alma and Sarah have onboarded 30 brand new agents to the Coldwell Banker family. So thank you so much, Alma and Sarah. The remote affiliation ambassador will take care of all new agent onboarding. They will also do new agent marketing, order placement, and set up our new agents, whether they're new to the business or experienced, to all of our systems and platforms. It's really about setting the experience for new agents joining our company. Alma and Sarah are masters at extreme, excellent customer service. And they are our very first point of contact and really set up the relationship that we all will have with our agents. So again, thank you so much. We'll be doing all of our onboarding virtually through Teams so we can build that relationship. They've also created this amazing handbook, thanks Chris, a new orientation guide that takes a new agent joining our family from A to Z with everything that they need to know about Coldwell Banker. So the challenges with the remote model, both remote administration specialist as well as the remote affiliation ambassador, there's some risks, right? So when we move to an admin remote model, what about the relationships that we have with our agents? Those are still super important. What about reduced energy in the office? This could diminish our office culture. What about the appearance of our offices seeming that they're closed when we're actually open? So Chris, let's talk about challenge number 2.
Excellent, Tammy. Thank you very much for outlining how we intend to support our agents, the amazing work they do, the incredible quantity of business that you guys conduct every single day in a really efficient environment where you've got quick access via Teams, phone, whatever, wherever you happen to be. Our second challenge, though, is how do we solve for a higher level of agent support inside of the actual office? Let me give you a quick rundown of what we currently have from a support standpoint. Currently, every one of our offices has a manager, and they really focus on growth, driving the vision of the office, as well as coaching our agents, all of you on the call, plus answering contract questions, negotiating questions, right? All of that license type stuff that we have. Now, some of our offices have an assistant manager like DTC, and that gives us a little more ability to be able to stretch further and be able to provide a little additional service for our larger offices. And then other offices like our Denver West office, our Devonshire office, and our Loveland office have what we call a sales specialist. Again, really there to help out, additional layer of support, weekends, that kind of stuff on negotiating questions, overcoming objections, contract questions, those kinds of things. Now, we recognize that if our admin is being done efficiently from a remote location, then we've got to figure out how we're going to amp up, add additional support for each one of you on this call inside of the office. And a huge, amazing shout out to Tina, to Courtney, and to Ann for really helping us design this. Much of this is their brainchild, and I think it's brilliant, spot on. I'm really excited to share it with you. We're going to create a brand new role in Colorado. And I want to make sure everybody knows, like, these things that we're doing, the remote administration specialist, right? The remote onboarding specialist, and now a success coach. This is unique to our company here in Colorado. This is not being done anywhere else in the country. So we're really excited about it. But we also are smart enough, I think, to recognize that we're designing still. We're building and designing as we move forward. Let me walk you through what a success coach does. It's really very exciting. First of all, about 80% of their time is going to be spent on what we call performance coaching, helping our agents, all of you on this call, figure out ways of being able to leverage your business, do more business, be more efficient. They're also going to spend a little bit of time on maintaining and creating the incredible culture that we have in our offices right now. And then going from there to helping the manager from growth and retention strategies as well. Oh no, Cujo is out. Someone, get a leash on Cujo, somebody. And I can't do the, I don't think I can mute from here, so I will try. But let me make one thing really clear about what our remote administrative, or rather our success coaches are all about and what they do. They wake up every morning, they go to bed every single night with really one thing in mind. And that one thing in mind is simply, how do we help the agents make more money? That's the name of the game. Right, I think I've found the mute button here, so hopefully it gets quieted down a little bit. We'll see if, oh, imagine that. Okay, so their job is to help our agents, each one of you on this call, make more money. And Also, to help with the people that are onboarding ambassadors have brought to the company, help them get set up in their office. So let me first take a minute and go through what they're doing with our newly affiliated agents, both experienced and new. But this is a small part of what they do, but a very important part of what they do. They work hand in hand with that onboarding ambassador to carry the tasks over from what we can do administratively, I should say remotely, and what we need to be able to do in person in the actual office. And we want to do that at a really high level of customer service, a level of service that I think each one of you is going to be thrilled to be able to enjoy as they shift the gears over to all of our existing agents and what they can do. Now remember, the idea is every single office will have a dedicated full-time success coach. And their role primarily is to help each one of you as you want the help, totally optional, at no cost to you at all. Review your business plan and your budget. Refine and define your spinning plates, how you're prospecting. Being able to explore all of the company tools. These people will be market experts at every tool we have and every industry tool that we rely upon, like MLS and CTME contracts. They're also, they link hand in hand with Southie, with all of our education offerings to make sure that an agent knows what's available education-wise, and then developing marketing strategies, and then actually conducting a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly coaching session with each one of you that wants that. Again, it's for new agents that join the company. It's with our most experienced agents. Our expectation is that more cases than not, our first quartile performers, those of you on the call that sell a lot of real estate, you'll continue your coaching with your manager. But then we want to make sure that our second, third, and fourth quartiles have access to really effective business planning. We also want to make sure that that everyone in our company has access to all the incredible prospecting tools that we have. And then again, those systems and programs, those tools that we have to make sure that those are not only available, but quite frankly, as an agent, I'd want to know, why should I use that? Why do I want to utilize that in my business? How will it help me make more money? And then again, leveraging, being able to have a liaison, someone you can go to say, hey, what classes are coming up that would make sense to me? Like, is now the right time for RealSure or Real Vitalize? Or maybe it's just CTME, or maybe it's a freshen up on Listing Concierge. And then the piece about the coaching, being able to have someone you can rely upon at no cost to you, to have regular coaching sessions to ensure your success. This is something that I've dreamed about, that much of the leadership team has dreamed about for years, and we finally have the opportunity to make it a reality. But do not for a second underestimate the profound importance of the culture that we're able to create inside of each one of our offices. So our success coach will be there to tell our office story via social media, web presence, also recognizing and celebrating monthly agent milestones that you have, and then all of our big important events that we're doing. But then also conducting and hosting all the weekly social events that we have in the offices. That day will return. Regular office events that we do, and also be a part of helping us support our company-wide events. And then being there on the ground to help support all of our meetings that are conducted inside of the offices and throughout the market. And then assisting with presentations when you've got presentations that are coming up, to make sure you've got Moxie, you've got it working right the way you need it to. You understand how to leverage things like Prospect Square and the tools that we have, Clients for Life. And then lastly, there'll be your in-office resource for our real estate school relationship, knowing when CE classes are coming up. They'll be there to be your in-office support on any kind of materials that you might need and that our manager might need as well in the office. And then being that person who can champion not only our referral awards when you welcome great agents to join our company, but also when great loan originators join our company, which you're going to hear more about in the future. Now, at this point, I oftentimes get a question like, well, wait a minute, what's going to happen with our MCs? You see the photograph here of our incredible Core 4 trainers. They have rocked the world since the beginning of January. I'm really very grateful to them. But rest assured, our MCs, both Joey and Lindsay, will carry on the work that they're doing. They'll be really involved in helping us get our new success coaches trained and up and running and become the experts on all of our systems the way they are. And they'll also be able to help us with company-wide training. Speaking of training, we are so thrilled to have Adam South with us. an incredible resource, and of course, Todd Moyer, who has led marketing here in Colorado for nearly 2 decades. So we got just like the most amazing team, and my hope is you're recognizing now that we are doubling down on an investment in each one of you. We are adding more resource, not less resource, at a time when many companies across the country are cutting back. But we believe that our best opportunity to seize the future and find success in the future is by supporting each one of you that are working with buyers and sellers every single day. And that brings me to the third challenge, and that is our office space that we have currently. How do we figure out a way to create an office environment that meets tomorrow's needs today? Let me give you a quick example. If you look at this image, if you've got a video today with us, you're going to see on the left-hand side our existing Coldwell Banker lobbies or reception areas. You'll see a chair or two, you'll see maybe a small table, and you'll see a desk. And quite frankly, we think now is the time to change that up and shift the focus around more to you and more to the culture that we want to support. If you look on the right-hand side of this screen, you're going to see beautiful reception areas, beautiful lobbies with everything except a reception desk. We want people, when they come into our space, to feel like they're in a family room, like they're part of what we do. It's comfortable, it's more, I don't want to necessarily use the word casual, but it's certainly more comfortable and it's more accessible. And thus, we have our success coach who will be kind of hanging out in that area. That's where much of their coaching will take place and their showcasing will take place. I want to go one step further, and I want to share with you an office that we are actually going to be, quote unquote, breaking ground on in less than 3 weeks. And this is our Denver Central office. We're really excited about this new way of doing work. Now, you're going to notice there are still private offices. There are still shared offices with private desks. There are still cubicles. This is just a very small portion of the office. This is just the entrance area. If you know Denver Central today, you walk in, you run right into a reception desk and a couple of chairs. Well, now you'll walk into the Denver Central office into more of a cafe or a family room. The idea of having a bar set up, having comfortable tables set up, more of, in this case, being it's an urban market, the open ceiling. Just really trying to create an area where when we can get back together, because we fully intend to be able to do that, we want to make sure it's a place you want to be and where your clients and customers want to be and want to gather. So we're really excited about this. Obviously, we're all in real estate together. So you know firsthand, we're talking about $500,000 to $600,000 on these first 4 locations we're doing. We're making a massive investment in our collective future. We are doubling down on our Colorado success, and we're really proud and really excited about that. But make no mistake, culture is our everything. And so as we look at the things that we're doing and we recognize that the world is changing around us, and we realize we're moving to a more virtual universe, not just today, not just last month, but most probably for months or in some cases years to come. So we've made the decision to ensure that we always telecast, live stream, if you will, all of our sales meetings from this point forward in every office. We're going to also stream every one of our training classes, both in office and regionally. And we're also going to make our coaching sessions available to everyone, either virtual or in person, when we're able to do that. And that's just around the corner. So again, we're going to maintain that. But also make no mistake, that breaking bread is really important. If there's one thing I have really missed over the past 3 months, it's getting out and seeing so many of you, having dinners, having lunches, having breakfast, being at events, being able to look you in the eye, being able to have conversations, feeling like we're in this all together. I miss that. And so we're looking at trading, if you will, in some cases, some of the things we were doing before, although we're doing the Broadmoor, we're doing all of our on track, there's no changes with any of that at all, once we can get out and do it. But I want to add something, because I think getting together is an important part of who we are as a culture. So what we're going to start, this won't happen until most probably September. Again, it'll be based on what we're allowed to do in Colorado. But we're going to start every Thursday, 11 o'clock will be lunch. We're going to bring lunch into every single one of our offices. Each office will have its own theme. So like one office, it might be tacos. One office, it might be burgers. One office, it might be salads. But every single week, every Thursday, 11 o'clock, we're hosting lunch. And then, as you know, Thursdays are kind of cool days because they're also the days that we have the National Education Expo, the National Wealth Builder Expo, and Ryan Gorman's National Town Hall. So those of us that want to can be in the office. We can have a great lunch. We know it's there every single week, so we can always know, like, be there on Thursdays, and we can catch one of these national recognized events during the process. And then on Tuesdays, we're going to do happy hour. Every Tuesday, we're going to do a happy hour from 4 o'clock to 5:30. Again, the theme is whatever you want it to be. You'll decide that as an office. That's a local office decision. But just know you can pop into any office on a Tuesday at 4 o'clock, and you can meet fellow agents. You can talk about the business, and you can create the fellowship that I think makes Coldwell Banker Colorado such an amazing place. Last thing I wanted to mention is office space in general. We are so fortunate because in 2010, we created something called CB Select. And CB Select gave you the ability to be able to tell us what kind of space you need to be the most efficient you can be. For some of you on this call, it's a private office. For others of you, it's just a private desk in a shared office. And for others, it's just having a cubicle that is yours, where you can keep your stuff in that cubicle. And for others, it's just having a place you can come into our new family room and be able to meet other fellow agents, meet with your success coach, and just have that camaraderie. But those are all options you can have, and we do not intend to change that. In fact, we're getting more and more clarity from each one of you on this call about what kind of space you need to do your business. Some of you that have had private offices in the past have said, I don't really need that. Others have said, no, I have got to get out of my house. I have got to get an office. But remember, we're your partner. We want to make sure we provide the kind of space you need. But hear it loud and clear, and hear it from me first. We don't want to be paying for extra space. So I want to make sure I accommodate every one of you on this call with the kind of space you need. I want to make sure we have the most amazing family room to be able to spend time together and to be able to learn together and meet with our success coaches. And then other space that we're not using, we're going to get rid of it because it's a waste. And ultimately, here's what's so cool about that. When we waste money, we're wasting your money, and that's not fair. So we have a responsibility to make sure we're doing the best job we can with our collective money together. So I'm really excited about the office environments we're going to be creating. There'll be an example of efficiency and I think beautiful spaces where you want to do work. But then you ask that question like, well, then wait a minute. If we have a success coach, we have a manager in all of our offices, we have amazing support on our admin side. It's accessible whenever we need that information. We've got great people onboarding our newest generation into the business. What about like, who's going to order supplies? And what about water and like the photocopier and all those things? So rest assured, Tammy's got a solution for that.
Thank you, Chris. So let's talk about a remote facilities coordinator. It is the fourth piece of our new vision for the company of the future. A huge shout out to TJ and Ashley, who helped us develop this role. They did an amazing job. Thanks again, ladies, for all your work on this piece. So our remote facilities coordinator is truly going to take care of our facilities. They're going to focus on supplies. They're going to focus on the experience when someone walks in, both for our agents and for your clients. If we're going to have this amazing place to meet, we want to make sure that it looks amazing and we have all of the tools and the supplies that you need to run your business efficiently. So there will be 2 facilities coordinators, 7 offices each. They will rotate office visits. Some office will be visited daily and some maybe twice or 3 times a week, depending on the need of that office. They will keep up with supplies and they'll be working closely with both branch managers and also success coaches to make sure that those facilities needs are met. The intended outcome here is just to create an amazing environment that we can all enjoy, and again, helping you all live an exceptional life. As Chris mentioned before, and Laura Levy chimed in, we miss you all. We miss seeing you. And so when we get back to work, we want to make sure that our facilities look amazing and we have the energy and we have the support, everything that we all need continue to build an amazing business. And you know what, Chris, I just have to say, it seems like a lot.
Oh boy, it is a lot, yes. And for all of us on this call today, I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I just think that it's so important that when we are crafting ideas of this magnitude that require this much resource, that we're all a part of it. And I will say it again, I have leaned heavily, Tammy has leaned heavily on our pack managers, on our field staff, members at every level to help guide our way down this path. And we recognize that we need to move quickly because we don't want to go back to how it was and then have to redo it all. We're far better off if we can leverage what we've learned and not look in the rearview mirror, but look in the windshield instead and move forward with the idea. So let me give you a quick recap because there's been a lot of stuff, as Tammy said. I want to make sure we're super clear. We are sunsetting the terms OA, Office Administrator. We're sunsetting the term or the title in SSA in an effort to provide you with the type of support that you need to do the business that you are doing. We've done this from the perspective of what an agent needs. We've talked to a lot of agents over the past 2 months without quote unquote spilling the beans, but just for Tammy and I and for our branch leaders to get the information. So if you remember maybe an awkward conversation that any of you had with one of your managers over the past 2 months, where they were trying to probe you for information and get ideas of what it is you need, what it is you want to help you grow your business, to become more successful, to create a competitive advantage for our company over all of our competitors. That's what those conversations were about. So we've got 5 steps, if you will, 5 positions, roles that we're moving forward with. The first is that RAS, Remote Administrative Specialist. These people create a higher level of agent support through enhanced efficiency, specialization, and heightened professionalism. They leverage technology to keep the relationship solid. They're going to be bouncing into sales meetings when we're allowed to do that, have more people. They'll bounce into office events, and they will be led by Kimberly Dolan. Our second step is a remote onboarding ambassador. And this is the people to create this exceptional agent onboarding experience for both our new and highly experienced agents that are joining our company. They do it through specialization, technology, and a consistent attention to detail. And they will be reporting to our success coach director. Step number 3, the success coach. This is, again, new position. All these are new positions that we've never had around the country before. But these people, they wake up every morning with one goal in mind, and that is how to help each one of you, our amazingly dedicated agents, make more money through deep business and product and education knowledge, as well as that consistent follow-up, that support, and that coaching that each one of you deserves if you want it. Remember, this is available to every one of our agents at 0 cost, and they will be reporting to the Success Coach Director. Number 4 is this huge responsibility of making sure our branch office environment, that we create an environment that's innovative, that's productive, that's supportive, and most importantly, it's got to be fun. It's got to be that true culture of awesomeness that we've all grown so accustomed to. And then lastly, how do we keep that office looking sharp? It's our RFC, right? Our remote facilities, that's the one right there.
Coordinators.
Thank you. These are individuals that are responsible for making each one of our offices places that all of you and our clients and customers can be really proud of. They're well stocked, they're clean, they're professional, and they'll report to Kimberly as well. So hopefully that little synopsis, if I leave you with that, it's going to be tight in your mind as to what we're creating. And by the way, we will be, we are recording this presentation. So not only that, but we're going to have follow-up meetings around this too to give you more detail as we move forward and start filling some of these many new positions for our company. But with that said, Tammy, let's get down to business and talk about when we're opening these doors up.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. So first of all, for the past 4 months, our #1 goal has been to keep you all safe, our staff safe, your clients safe, and our community safe. And you guys have done an amazing job. So thank you all so much. I know it hasn't been easy. I know I have been flinging health orders and new rules at you almost every week in the beginning, almost every day actually. But here's what to expect. We had to do a lot of pre-work before we could actually reopen to the public. So we're reopening our offices on July 31st. Here's what to expect. The doors will be open to the public. Managers and staff have been configuring the offices to allow for social distancing. So you will see chairs taken out of conference rooms and training rooms. We have to make sure that we're allowing for that minimum of 6 feet social distancing. We'll have new signage throughout the offices per the Colorado Health Order. Yes, masks are required. They will be available for visitors without one, but please, I ask you that you continue to wear your mask in the office and any visitors that come in. Disinfecting wipes and hand sanitizers will be available to all. I have suddenly become the Realogy mailroom here in Colorado, so I have about 16 cases of varying sanitizer in my garage that I will be delivering this week. And again, no gatherings over 10 people, training rooms, meeting rooms. You know, we look forward to the day where we can have, as Chris would call it, a studio audience back in the office. So some of the procedures are still in place. Just a quick reminder, please take your temperature before meeting with clients or to the office.
Oh,
Appreciate you.
I give it to you. Be so patient.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Hang on, Tammy. I'm going to try and
Oh,
Don't worry.
awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
hold on.
Idiots, mute yourself.
Okay, Tammy, unmute. Should just be you now.
Okay, I'm back. So some of the guidelines are still in place. Please take your temperature, continue your contact tracing logs for open houses. Really appreciate everything that people are doing on that. And just a quick off topic a little bit, you know, we did have a couple of complaints at the Real Estate Commission because of showings and stuff like that. Those have all been dismissed. I think that the Real Estate Commission understands we're doing the best that we can in times of still trying to get people into homes. So thank you for that.
Tammy, thank you very much. Great run through. Listen, this is really an exciting time for us. And I think that a lot of us heard this phrase that was maybe overused, rule the recovery. And I want each one of you to know that we have been working very hard as a team, very big team, to make sure that we're doing something different when this thing's over, that we're not expecting to go back to what we've always done before and expect a different outcome. We want to create an environment for you that is supportive, that is collaborative, that is fun, that creates opportunity for each one of us on this call moving forward. But with that said, I want to make sure we're all clear that change is hard. It's hard for all of us. And it's hard to fathom how it's all going to work, how it's all going to move. But also recognize we don't have a roadmap, kind of like when we all got together in May of 2010. And we rolled out our innovative Freedom Plan, Accelerator Plan, Listing Concierge at its very onset, Clients for Life at its very onset. These are things we didn't really know exactly how they were going to pan out, exactly how they were going to go. But we were deeply committed to doing something differently and deeply committed to doing it in a way that we think is really thoughtful and it really has purpose behind it. And that comes from so many conversations with so many of you that's on this call today. So again, I thank you for being available today. I thank you for taking the time today. I thank you for being a part of the incredible story that we are creating together here at Coldwell Banker. It is truly nothing short of exceptional. I'm also incredibly proud as I look at the chat. There are a number of questions. There are 60 plus questions and answers. And I love the way that not only our managers, but also much of our field staff has stepped in to deliver the answer. And how can they do that? They can do that because they believe in their heart that the things that we're doing, the changes that we're making really are impactful. Remember, part of what we do every day is we wake up in the morning and every decision we make and every single thing that we do is really focused on how can we do something different? How can we do what we're doing? How do we make sure we leave each one of you, help you live an exceptional life? So with that said, I think we've got about 12 to 15 minutes. And I want to make sure we get questions answered. So Tammy, if you don't mind, I'm going to turn the Q&A over to you. And we'll just do the best we can. We'll just try and make really quick answers, but understand we're going to have a number of follow-up opportunities for you to learn more about each one of these elements.
All right, so Jay Brown, are our offices going away? Jay, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. Lots of amazing comments on here. Thank you for being proactive and having an eye for the future. There was a question about getting your AR bills, requesting those, getting a copy. I believe you can find those on desk. So your AR bills are sitting on desk. Cujo, haha, it wasn't my dog this time. Let's see. Chris McGow has been trying to turn real estate offices into bar for decades. Scotty Brown wants free beer. Let's see, our offices are not going away. Chris, what are the 4 offices that we're starting with?
Great question. So we are just about ready to break ground at Denver Central. Right behind that will be Southwest Metro. Behind that will be North Metro. Behind that will be Boulder. Those are our first 4. Now, in the meantime, we have a number of offices that are absolutely fantastic just right now as they are. We're going to be thoughtfully beginning a process to create these family rooms in the front part of the office really soon, but I don't have a schedule yet for you.
All right. Who orders supplies for offices under this model?
Who orders signs?
Supplies. That would be our
Oh,
facility.
supplies. Yep, our remote facility coordinators.
This is great. Thank you for thinking of these meals and happy hours for communities. It's so important. And we've missed you guys too. I will say that again. Yes, super important. Lots of cheering going on, Chris. I think I saw one. Oh, with no receptionist, who's going to greet clients when they arrive at the office, accept deliveries, etc.?
So we're going to have, obviously, our success coaches and managers will be in the offices. Calls will all be answered centrally, which we've been doing now for 3 months. And here's what we've discovered. Outside of a lot of sales calls, we don't get many phone calls to the company. Amazing. They come to you directly. But when they do come to us, we get them right back to you. That will continue.
Okay, on answering phone calls, is there a plan to have someone answer the phone? She has the office number on her business cards.
Yep. They'll all be answered centrally and as they have been, and we'll get your calls to you right away. But we really encourage everyone to make sure their cell phones, as we have for decades now, on cards, on yard signs, everywhere.
When are we doing the sign exchange to use the new name and logo?
Oh, are we jumping ahead to something we haven't done quite yet? I do love overachievers. Thank you, whoever had that question. We were planning on doing our name change to Coldwell Banker Realty, the way the rest of the country has done, but that got a little bit delayed during the COVID time. We pushed that back to August, September, but Todd gives me hints that maybe moving back up to early August possibly. So stay tuned. We'll let you know. We're here to take care of you. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'll just chime in a little bit on that. Part of the delay was created because so many of our vendors quit working and they didn't have the staff to accommodate replacement of signs and building signs. And remember, the commission gives us 30 days to get that all done here in Colorado.
Everything.
Let's see. Will floor time continue to be done remotely?
Yeah, so floor time can be done remotely. It can also be done in the office if you choose to. That's really just, that'll be a decision and a discussion with your manager and your success coach as to how your office is going to handle floor time. Kind of the way we do it now. Same thing.
Laura Levy, I'll call you. Are assistants at Devonshire staying?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Mary. You do amazing work. And Ann as well.
And what flavor tequila will be there at the bar?
Well, that depends on which office you're going to now, doesn't it?
Glad to see that we're keeping up with the times. Will workstations in the offices be bookable via Exchange or another app system? That's a great question.
It's a great question. And we've got to give some more thought to that. But remember, all of our offices will have what are called huddle rooms, where you can go in and meet with 1 or 2 people and you can do some work as you need to privately. Can't camp out there, but they're great resources. And then we will always have the cubicles and desks in shared offices and private offices available for those that need that. And that's for a fee, but I'll tell you, our fees for our private offices and all of our dedicated space is absurdly low by design.
Okay, what timeline on new staffing? What's the timeline on new staffing?
Okay, so we're in process right now. In fact, we've already got our 2 remote onboarding ambassadors in place. We've already got our remote administrative specialists are already in place and working. We are looking to hire our remote facility coordinators, and we're looking to hire success coaches. So it's happening now, but we trying to be reasonable and realistic. We think it might take 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 months to fill all these new positions.
I think this is a repeat. Who will greet visitors, accept deliveries, fix the printers when something jams?
Andy.
And Andy or his evil twin.
That's right.
Is there a timing estimate on sales meetings resuming in the offices?
Oh, that's a really great question. So obviously we're going to be honoring the requirements and requests of the state of Colorado and Realogy, no more than 10 people in any one gathering. So we may now that we've got offices opening on Friday, we may be very quickly having sales meetings in the office limited to 10 total. That means we'll have, I call that the live studio audience, because we're always going to be streaming. We're going to need to have our managers and or success coaches, as we get them in place, we'll take a list of who's going to be in person, and the rest of everybody else will need to stream in. Streaming will happen forever. We'll always have that available to you, so you always have the newest, best information.
Wonderful. Is there a list of these job descriptions available?
There actually are. In fact, because we have these posted, the job descriptions and the outline of the positions are available. Tammy, what is that site? For the
Realogy. You can go to Realogy Careers and look it up by Colorado, and all of the postings are there.
Great. Thank you.
Let's see. Agents have raised concerns that kiosk computers are not being sanitized and special products need to be on hand for that purpose. That will be delivered this week if some offices already have those. And again, our opening is the 31st, so all offices will be stocked with sanitizing wipes and hand sanitizer. Can't quite drink tequila at 7 a.m. How about a coffee bar? Okay. Will we still have office computers and workspace?
Yeah, we will. We definitely will. Although it's really fascinating seeing the trend over the past 10 to 12 years, how at the very beginning, almost everyone relied on those office computers. And now it's a very, very small margin. I think part of that's driven by the fact that you can get a pretty decent laptop computer for under $400 now. I mean, it's crazy. So I think we're seeing more and more people shift to their own. But yes, many of you know, we just bought a lot of brand new computers. We do not intend to remove them. However, I want us all to be thoughtful about that. You know, how safe is it using a computer, a keyboard? Anytime you can, utilize your own equipment. You know who's touching it. You know where it's been. You know what's happening with it. So I really encourage everyone, if you don't have your own laptop, go out and get one. We hook it right up to the printers. You can print all you need to, just like you could a company computer. You can access every single file, every single program. But better than that, you can do it from your home, a client's home, and in some cases, your car.
Okay, so Kevin has a comment, Kevin Risen. What other company is hiring for new positions in these COVID times? I know of none.
Yeah, this is a very special time for our company. It really is. And I'm going to make it loud and clear again. Much of what we've done is because you've told us this makes good sense. We just haven't been able to in the past. So we've got like a decade-old business model we've been trying to prop up, not just us, but the industry. And this has given us the opportunity to listen to you guys, listen to our field staff, and make some meaningful changes.
Okay, I think I have maybe one more here.
Okay.
Is it possible to have a one-stop contact sheet? So David, if you want to give me a call, I think this is probably in reference to the contact tracing sheet for COVID. But give me a call. I'm happy to talk through on that. You know, just a lot of really great comments, Chris. And I can't thank the PAC, the leadership team, the staff. They've all worked very hard putting all of this together, very thoughtful. There's so much to share, and as Chris mentioned, we have, you'll hear a lot more about the details, but we wanted to certainly give you an overview of what direction we're going and our vision and our mission moving forward. Back to you, Chris.
Great, Tammy. Thank you very much. Listen to everybody on the call. Thank you for your time today. It is 1 minute until 2. So, God, that's great news if nothing else today, right? Thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for all the hard work, the way you work with your buyers and sellers. We appreciate that, but do me a huge favor. Tammy as well, be safe. Be safe in all that you do. We have great plans ahead together.